Hi, I'm Karen Downing Ripley, and I invite you to join me on a recent, unexpected side trip to Brittany, France, during the 80th anniversary of the city of Plélo's remarkable liberation celebration, and learn why Bretons and Americans remember and honor our shared DNA of World War II. A last-minute decision to deliver my father's World War II documents to the city of Plélo, France, opened me up to an amazing experience that has truly changed my life. I ask that you join me so that you too can know and appreciate how we Americans are respected and revered because our ancestors fought to liberate the town of Plélo in August 1944. Let me introduce myself. I'm Karen Downing Ripley, and I live with my partner Burt Spoerl outside of Bandera, Texas, known as the cowboy capital of the world. We live on Medina Lake, located northwest of San Antonio in the Texas Hill Country. In July 2024, we were two hapless baby boomers, recently retired, and heading for a 6-week trip to England and Europe. As baby boomers raised by Depression-era parents, we were determined to squeeze every air mile dry and extended our sailing trip on the English Channel to include a driving tour of Europe. This proved to be an overly optimistic itinerary, which taught us not to attempt travel marathons like we used to. We are getting older, and the world is getting more crowded and complicated. Nonetheless, we baby boomers believed we can do anything. Make that, we can do everything. Burt and I eagerly launched into our ambitious vacation. We should have listened to our neighbors who remarked as we were leaving, "We've never known anyone who works so hard as you two to have a good time." Turns out they were right, and we were quickly disappointed and exhausted by the difficulties of modern-day travel. Our itinerary was to begin with a flight to London, where we would join members of our sister yacht club, the Little Ship, located on the Thames in London, England. We Corinthians would join them for a week-long sailing cruise as guests on one of their yachts on a 20-yacht cruise to ports and yacht clubs along the English Channel. This cruise would be followed by a visit with old friends in England, then a ferry ride across the Channel, and a plan-as-you-go driving trip through Europe before returning to England and flying home. Since we would catch our returning ferry to England in Calais, France, there was also the outside chance that we might try to drive west to Brittany, France, where my father, Corporal Delbert Franklin Downing, had served in World War II. A true Appalachian storyteller, his war stories were incredible, rich in detail and excitement. I would often tell him, "I wish I could have been there with you, Daddy." And with his brown eyes flashing, he would say, "You were there, Karen Beth. You were there." Daddy had followed Lieutenant Robert Hamsley to Plélo, France in World War II, where with 5 tanks and 20 men, the 15th Cavalry Reconnaissance Group had liberated the town of Plélo, saving all of its inhabitants from near certain death at the hands of the Germans. I had always wanted to honor my father by delivering his and Colonel Hamsley's war documents to Plélo. I just wasn't sure there would be enough time to do so. But at the last minute, I stuffed the tattered manila folder with all their documents in the back of my suitcase, and we headed out the door. Be sure to join me for the next episode of You Were There, Karen Beth. Learn why I kept turning my attention away from the Little Ship West Country cruise to gaze toward France on the other side of the English Channel,